Ladies and gentlemen, I'm BurningDogFace, and I'd like to welcome you to Let's Play Bound by Flame. This game came out in 2014, and it's an RPG by Spiders, the same developer that made Mars, Warlogs, which I have previously LP'd. Here's an annotation link to the first episode of that playlist, if you're interested in checking it out. This is a spiritual sequel to Mars. Sort of an enhancement, a refinement of the systems in that game. And considering that I really enjoyed my time with Mars, despite its flaws, I'm looking forward to seeing what these guys can do with a bigger budget, and more experience of the engine. This is going to be a blind LP. I jumped in earlier in order to test the frame rate and audio levels, but I just ran around in the first area, and other than that, everything we're about to see is new to me. I'm going to play through the game for the first time ever, and you guys get to come along for the ride. Here's hoping we all enjoy ourselves. Now, without further ado, let's play Bound by Flame. Ah yes, unlike Mars, which stuck you with a guy named Roy Temperance every time, this game has limited character customization. Very limited. You can be a man or a woman, you can name yourself, and, well, see that beard there? That's part of Phase 1. It's lagging today. That's right, it's impossible to be a black man with a full beard. What the hell? Take a good look. Oh, I know. Yeah. I do like the scars. I decided to go with this one. I think it's the only one that doesn't have any facial scars, which is unfortunate, but I really like the intensity of his eyes. This guy has seen some shit. I thought about going with this one, but I feel like the asymmetrical braid may be a bit much. And while we're here, you can't change the color of your hair either. Everyone's a brunette. I don't think it's exactly the same model as the other one. Either way. I decided to go with this look. And, the way this game works is, apparently everyone calls you Vulcan, like it's a nickname. But you can choose your real name, and that's what appears on, dialogue boxes and stuff. I wanted to name my guy Calvun Rice. It's an anagram, get it? And Reese is just for the sake of having a last name. But it's one character too short, so let's make it Calvun Rice. Recruit! In this mode, enemies do less damage. allowing players to enjoy the adventure without spending too much time on strategy or crafts if they prefer. Hawk, this mode provides a balanced challenge. You'll have to optimize your skills and equipment, use crafting, and plan your battles carefully to finish the game. Buffalo. The enemies are stronger and inflict heavier damage. You need a good control of the response system and a proven skill for strategy and character optimization to master this mode. Captain. The enemies are more alert and deadly than ever. This mode is for players seeking the ultimate challenge. Let's go with the default difficulty. Balanced.
I doubt I shall ever forget the strange series of events that led to my meeting young Vulcan. The peoples of the world had been fearfully whispering about the Ice Lords for the past 10 years, though of course, they had been present long before then. The Deadwalker army, an endless horde of undead creatures under the Ice Lord's command, swept down from the mountains in the north, annihilating all resistance on the continent. Each battle only served to swell their ranks with the defeated dead, and the bloodless world seemed ready to sink into an endless ice age where there would be no place for the living. There were a few who still tried to stand against the invaders. The elves, who had hitherto remained neutral, and the Red Scribes, a small group of scholars who believed their knowledge might be able to tip the scales. The Scribes had recently engaged the services of a group of mercenaries known as the Freeborn Blades, a renowned company who would become even more so after these events. The Blades were to protect them while they performed a ritual which was intended to change the course of the war.
Loading screen. Bum 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 bum. Noted. This feels like it's taking way longer than it did during my testing.
Great scouts. You can smell them from 50 yards away. So here we are. And just think, the captain wanted me to stay and set up camp. I didn't join the Freeborn Blades to stack pots and steal trinkets. But he knows that. He knows his men, and he knows his powder master hates just hanging around. Setting up camp. Now that's what I call being useful. I honestly believe we stay out this damn war till the end. Well, looks like the end just showed up. The Ice Lords have really done it this time. All of Vertiel is on the brink. Nothing will stop the Deadwalkers. Soon there won't be a town left to fall back to, or even a tavern where you can spend your pay. There's no one left to turn back this filthy, stinking tide, if it were even possible. Let's hope our beloved employers can deliver on their promises. If their big ritual thing doesn't pan out, we're all gonna be left standing here with our asses hanging out. A bunch of chatty priests playing Sorcerer's Apprentice against 7 immortal mages. Sounds great. Anyhow, you have to fight fire with fire, so they say. Damn, they're here already. I better warn the others fast.
I thought that was interesting. I rolled a female character when I was running around in the audio test, and she said one of those lines differently. The crass bit, actually.
Let's hope our beloved employers can deliver on their promises. Their famous ritual thing doesn't pan out. We're gonna be left standing here with our asses in our hands.
I inserted a jump cut because I'm pretty sure I still have that footage. Hopefully that wasn't just me saying in the main menu saying, "Whoops, I don't have it." Ooh, frame rate, calm down. Oh, I remember doing a lot of that in Mars. Did I miss anything? Collecting ingredients. You have found ingredients. They'll come in handy for upgrading your pieces of equipment or making consumable items. Remember there was all these big patches of scrap metal on the ground you could root through and find crafting stuff in Mars. This is not even remotely a sequel to that game. You'll notice it has a fantasy setting instead of sci-fi. Nice dramatic walk here. Yeah, let's get on with it.
Hey, enjoy your stroll? Get over here and tell me about it.
Sure thing, Captain Off-Brand Sean Connery. The quest objectives are recorded in the journal. Press the right to display them. Roger that. Oh god, here we go. Skeleton. These fragile creatures are cannon fodder for the Ice Lords. Funny there's no picture. They often attack in great numbers. Zone traps, or attacks, are an excellent way to finish them off. Hobbler. The limpers form the main body of the Deadwalkers. Their attacks vary according to the weapons they are equipped with. Even though most of them are fairly weak, some, especially in Blackfrost's army, have been enchanted and can prove much more dangerous. Oh god. Tell you what, I'll read this. Ah, hell, the first episode... It's an RPG, the first episode is never going to be very exciting. Vulcan. Under the pseudonym of Vulcan, Calvun Rice enlisted in the renowned mercenary company, the Freeborn Blades, becoming their munitions specialist. Since he joined the company, he has left his past behind him. And if ever he was... What? Oh, fine. Since you joined the company, you have left your past behind you, and if ever you happen to talk of your childhood, it is always mere invention. Determined, hot-headed, and a multi-skilled fighter, you're also good enough to handle explosives without blowing yourself up. Freeborn Blades. The Freeborn Blades are a mercenary company renowned throughout Vertiel for their fearsome effectiveness and the fact that they always respect their contracts to the letter. Today, they are probably the only mercenary company still active, the others having vanished one after the other in the terrible war that ravaged Vertiel. Their reputation and survival is probably due to their captain, a rather exceptional person, as well as to his lieutenants, including you. Captain. The captain commands the Freeborn Blades with an iron fist, and nonetheless taking a relatively paternal attitude towards his troops. Legend has it that he has never been defeated in combat, which you can only confirm after the pounding you took in the combat to enter the company. He takes his role seriously, and contracts are always honored to the letter. The reputation of the Blades obviously owes much to him. Buffalo. Buffalo is the sergeant and one of the legendary members of the Freeborn Blades. Rumor has it that Death wants nothing of him. He has fought in many particularly bloody battles, and always come through almost miraculously. He is a coarse but honest man, and scrupulously obeys his captain's orders. His Herculean strength is another of his advantages. Hawk. So that's what those difficulty levels came from. Hawk is the regular scout for the Freeborn Blades. Despite his skill, his boasting and love of trophies has often gotten him into difficult situations. The captain frequently has to dress him down to ensure he accomplishes his missions. Peeler. Peeler is a greenhorn, newly arrived in the company. His role is often thankless. He is eager to earn his stripes and move on to more important tasks. Alas, he has an annoying tendency to take things a bit lightly, too often stumbling into dangerous situations as a result. The Red Scribes. The Red Scribes are an ancient order of scholars and healers. At first, their main mission was to gather and protect all sources of knowledge, yet the war led them to extend their rule. They are now among the last attempting to rise against the Ice Lords, and their knowledge led them to devise a ritual that could well reverse the course of the war. Frozen Shadows. Frozen Shadows is the name that the free people of Vertiel have given the forces of the Ice Lords, even though it isn't really a nation, and there is much dissension among them. Black Storm, Crystal, Marshal Winters, the White Lady, Black Frost, the Chiller, and the Ice Duchess, and their troops, the dreaded Dead Walkers, together are called the Frozen Shadows. Alas, most of the lands of Vertiel have now fallen to this empire. I assume the rest of that stuff will be shown off in tutorials.
By the looks of you, I'm guessing it wasn't just a quiet stroll. So, what did you see?
The Deadwalkers are already close. I got one of their scouts.
God damn it, Vulcan! I've told you 100 times. Recon means observing and reporting, not charging in and fighting without thinking.
I didn't want him to alert all of the others before we were ready for them.
But what if they'd have killed you? Then you wouldn't have been able to alert us before they were ready to attack us. Think for a second. God's blood. We have to get ready for them. Now that you've finally got your ass back over here, you can prepare some traps. Get Peeler to help you place them around the temple. That'll give us some time, and we'll hear them coming.
Yes, sir, Captain.
And if you have questions, you know where to find me. The way you're standing there looking like a kid waiting for sweeties tells me you have a question. Oh, come on then. Out with it.
This isn't the ideal place to get trapped by the Deadwalkers. Do we have an escape plan?
If you think I dragged us to the top of this mountain without figuring out how to get back down, laddie, you're not going to be commanding troops anytime soon. It's true they're early, but the plan stays the same. We have to hold this position until the dozy bastards are done with their chanting. What comes after that is my concern until I tell you.
I was only asking, sir. I guess we could just hold our noses and chop our way out through them?
Don't count on it. If the Deadwalkers are already here, it means Bastion has fallen. It's just a way to the west, and that means we get stuffed by a whole siege battalion. There'll be hobblers, specters, spewers, maybe even a juggernaut if the gods have decided to stick it all the way in. The gods, or the Ice Lords.
So juggernauts really exist? I've never seen one.
Well, I have, and I'd rather not have to see another. I worked in Amorkine for a couple of years. A huge fortress with walls as high as 10 men. Those things tore the place down with their bare hands. There were 2 of them, maybe 3. The fortress fell in a single night.
Anything else I can do, apart from waiting for the hobblers to come knocking on the temple doors?
You could go and search the area. Nobody's coming back to collect what they left here. Or you could go and check inside. See if our adorable employers need a hand. Or a neck rub.
There's something creepy about our employers.
I shouldn't have to remind you of the Freeborn Blades code. You don't ask questions about a paying customer. And of course they're strange. It doesn't take a genius to figure out they're more than just wise men seeking knowledge. But so far, the only thing that's bothering me is their insistence on performing the ritual in this god's forsaken temple.
I guess that this is the only place they could do it. Or maybe they just don't want to die without company. The whole thing stinks of mass suicide to me.
Ah, give it a rest, lad. Damn. I probably should have got them to pay in advance.
When I was playing as the female character, he still called me lad there. So, you know, they didn't change everything.
I'll go, Captain.
The location map. The map of your location can always be accessed using back in the game menu. You can also use up to display the quick map and figure out where you are without having to pause the action. Fair enough. Alright, first guess. Oh, okay. I wondered what the eye was about. Shout out to my friend Ronan Drake for coming up with the Calvun Vulcan anagram.
3 months without a chance to spend my pay. I'm sick of this goddamn war.
You know, I've always found that really awkward in fiction. When you do a setting with multiple gods. Oh, and you have the characters use ordinary, you know, Christian-originated profanity, but you just swap in an S. God's damned, it sounds so awkward. You know, just come up with your own stuff, like, by the gods, or, you know, something like that. Oh, sorry about that. Where was I? Yes, barrel. Fuck you, barrel. Nice. A chest is my objective. Interesting. What's going on over here instead?
Mark, the power is not in the word. It is in the knowing.
What? Nice view, huh?
The power is not in the word. It is in the knowing. The power is not in the word.
I will take your word for it. See what I did there?
Let them come. I'm ready for their stupid dead faces.
Right, that's someone who takes everything lightly.
Everything okay, Buffalo?
Yeah, I wish those goddamn mobile corpses would just attack. I hate all this hanging around.
You don't seem too upset that the Dead Walkers are coming for us.
It's not the first time we've faced the Dead Walkers, and considering what's going on, we knew that one day, sooner or later, we'd have to deal with their main force. It's not like there are a lot of us to stand against them. I just hope we can put up a good fight before they kill us.
You know, it's been a while, but I swear that's the same voice actor who played Roy in Mars.
What do you think of our employers?
You know very well it's not up to us to decide, but I think they're a bunch of scrotums. They're convinced they can win this war with a few books. And while they're busy doing their stupid research, we have to watch their asses. But that's the job. It's not like we had any choice.
Do you have any clue why the scribes wanted to gather here?
I don't know. At least we can be sure of one thing. It wasn't for the beautiful scenery. I heard
don't know.
mumbling about an invoking chamber. That's what they came here to find. I guess it must be important to them.
They say you can't be killed. Is that true?
Sometimes you're so gullible it's almost charming. That's just a story they tell to new recruits.
Still, you've been in the Blades a hell of a long time, and you're still in one piece.
That doesn't mean anything. Sure, I've been lucky. I can handle myself, and I guess I'm smart enough to know when to fall back. So, sure, I ain't bought it yet, but my turn will come.
See you later.
Dead glass. Now that sounds badass. How come none of those Ice Lords never thought of that?
Oops. Well, I guess I can save. What? No. I don't know, their names are pretty cool. I mean, the Chiller and Crystal could be better, but you know. Let's grab this and call it a video. Create 10 exploding traps for Peeler. Sorry, there's a period there. To make an exploding trap, go into the bag menu using down. Oh god. Then select exploding trap in the usable items tab and press X. Second one from the left. Usable items, components, quest items. Huh. Exploding trap. Once set on the ground, these traps explode when an enemy moves over them. Okay.
That should do it. I'll give all these to Peeler. He'll figure it out.
His lips are moving. He's actually saying that out loud. This amuses me. But, we can do that next time. I guess the premiere episode has actually come to an end already. I'm BurningDogFace, and I'll see you next time on Let's Play Bound by Flame. When we, well, hand these things over and find out what's next, I guess. Later!